action. Today we're going to make a pesto. It's a high-speed workers, excellent, high-quality organic pesto. So we're going to start with that much garlic. Okay, to make the sauce and the way the sauce is made is this is a optional ingredient. If you want it to be rich, robust, and don't be afraid about anchovies. Anyway, if you're vegetarian, don't throw it in. If you're not, my recommendation is throw it in because it is the secret ingredient for really, really good pesto. So we're going to take 1 can and that little much garlic in there. And then we're going to throw in some, actually, you know what? It's going to have to be lemons first. Hey, do you have a screen thingy for the lemon? So the seeds. Nako. Ayan, perfect.
The search, okay, the search.
So we're going to throw in some lemons, maybe about 4.
Hey, those pictures of the folks. What the hell you see here?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, man. So, Rich.
Alright.
So meanwhile, while we're making up the sauce, we're boiling the pasta so that in the 7 or 10 minutes that this happens to be brown rice gluten-free pasta, by the time that pasta is cooked, our sauce is done. So we're going to take the pasta out, we're going to drain it, get all the excess carby water out of it, and while it's draining, finish up our sauce. So here's the sauce. We got the anchovies, we got the garlic, we got the lemon. So now all we got to do is, oops, sorry, we got to drain this first.
Or it'll overcook.
Before it'll overcook. Okay, so we're going to drain this. Take that excess. So it's hard to hurt gluten-free pasta, and this is brown rice pasta. Available at Trader Joe's, $4.99 pack.
You don't want to put cold water though. You want it because that is how the sauce sticks to the pasta. I learned that.
That's okay. Yeah, you can leave it that way. So that's actually a good point, especially with pesto. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Secret ingredient. Another secret ingredient. Instead of pine nuts, which have become quite rare these days, we're going to use walnuts. And then we're going to put in the walnuts after we put in the pesto, and then we just roll in the cheese. Okay, so meanwhile, we have a... Okay, so we're going to put in this, we're going to rinse the pesto, and actually you can take this whole head of nice organic basil, simply rinse it and put the whole thing in. That's it. Right? Is that how you do your pesto?
Yep. I've been using the processor though. I think I like the blender idea better.
Yeah. It's smoother, right? So okay, so there, nice rinse our organic pesto.
Squish.
Rinse and squish. It's actually better to soak.
Paper towel. That's what I used to do.
Alright. Ah, wow, that smells so good. Okay. So we're going to put this whole thing in here. And then about a cup of, half a cup of nice extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
And we just run it on low. Just to cover it.
It's over there. I can't.
Okay, this is all garbage now. And then you can rinse that. We're done with that. Good.
The fish of Raymond, this one. You bring the case.
Okay.
The crab, same
So
thing.
we're...
No.
I think so. Cover.
You need foil, right?
Yeah, put it through, yeah. You know what? Since we don't have a cover, we're just going to do this.
Wait, you do have a cover.
That's okay.
Where is it?
Ito, it's the cover. Ah, thank you. So low would be, where's low?
You gotta watch that.
Stir. There. Actually, we'll do a little bit fast. If that doesn't work, we can use a fork to...
You need a fork?
yeah. We'll just... With the fork to push.
The room fresh best. I got it.
cheese.
Yeah, just enough to. Okay, now that we have that level of, I'll use this. Okay, is that okay too for the pork? This guy right?
Yeah. You want for the what? For the pork.
Yeah. So now we add about a cup of walnuts. And then there, we're done with these. So you can throw this in the bag because I'll be bringing those home to make my second batch tonight.
Oh, that's what the party is.
Thank you. We'll just go push the nuts to the bottom. So
Yeah, I gotta push those nuts, man.
yeah, we don't want our nuts disorganized.
Yeah. Then you'll nuts be so happy.
That's right. You'll have to have the nuts organized. That's why I like the processor, the blender. It's a lot more control about how I chop my nuts. I like to keep my nuts chopped finely. Because if the nuts are too big, they're pieces, they tend to bang against each other.
So, do your nuts normally float on top of the leaves like that?
Well, that's why I use the fork to poke the nuts. You notice there's a jabbing motion I use to poke the nuts. So this should be just about perfect. And then the very last thing. Is our pecorino cheese. We use pecorino cheese so that we don't, for those who are allergic to cow's milk, we actually address the needs of those who are allergic to cow's milk by simply using pecorino, which is 100% sheep's milk.
Pecorino, huh?
That's right. So there's a special kind of sheep. They're the ones that they double up, called the pecorino. Pecorino cheese.
Oh, you mean the pecorino, right?
Yeah, it's a great substitute for Parmesan. Or you can use a blend of Parmesan and... Oh, yeah. Okay, so that should do it. Poke and blend, poke and blend, poke. Fantastic. So, there you have it. A nice pecorino pesto. And what we'll do is we have taken the mushrooms and we've drained the mushrooms. So what we'll do is put that here so the liquid from the mushrooms also drain.
Now, did you just boil that?
Yeah, everything's drained. So now we're ready. All we do, take the noodles, drop it in here, toss the pecorino in. Pecorino.
And that took all of 12 minutes.
That's right. There you go. So here, the final thing we want to do is whoa, that's too much.
Cycle stuff.
Actually, I just need it right
It
there.
is outside, just leave it there.
Actually, we should have cooled it down just a little bit. This is kind of overcooked here.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
Should have run just a little bit of cold water. That's okay. So here we go. Now we're going to drop this in here.
Oh, that's New York.
And then now we just simply toss it.
Toss.
Yep. Here. You want to do that? I'll let you do that.
The cheese is already in there.
Everything's ready, yeah. In fact, I was just going to clean up here. So.
I just throw a little extra just for flavor.
Bring this out back to the car.
Oh, go.
Never let it get to that point.
Mmm.
Yeah, but I
Pesto black.
Hindi, the last scene should be tinitikman.
At yun yung tama. Agad pa to, dahil.
Sige, ending na lang.